Well, I'm delighted to be speaking this morning to the club's new commercial manager. Have I got the title correct?
You have indeed, spot on, absolutely,
Excellent.
yes.
Commercial manager Steve White.
Knight.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Great start.
Of course, and I know full well that that's your proper name because we've known each other for a while.
We have indeed.
Oh, apologies.
That's fine.
But as this will go out like this, we don't worry about mistakes.
Are we not going to edit it or anything?
No, we make mistakes
Fantastic.
and we move on.
Excellent,
Real
marvellous.
Steve, my first question is a very simple one. Why have you applied for this job?
I ask myself the same question morning, noon and night. Why have I applied for this? I'm a working fan first and foremost, so doing a job you love, it makes it a lot easier. It is the old saying, isn't it? Do a job that you love and you'll never do a hard day's work in your life. So there is a certain element of that. The reality is I've been doing my industry, I've been working in my industry, which is the lighting industry, for 33 years. And I suddenly hit the wall. I suddenly wanted to do something I love. I work down at the club anyway. People will know me as a steward. I've been doing stewarding for 3, maybe 4 years. And this opportunity came up. And it's a classic thing. I'm in sales. If you don't ask, you don't get. So the opportunity was there and I asked to do it. So it's a great opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it.
You say you've worked in the same industry for 33 years. What sort of jobs have you done there?
So I'm a lighting salesman, so I'm a lighting engineer as well. So we would do lighting design, so we would help with schools, colleges, warehouses, offices, anything like that. So I would do a design for a consultant, tell him what light levels he needs, how it's going to dim, etc, etc. And also work out the emergency evacuation. And then he would format that into the building process. An example of that would be Hoe Valley School, something like that, where we'll be doing all the classroom designs and bits and pieces like that. Right. And then you see that through to completion. So it's all very well getting that specified, but of course it goes out to tender. Other people got their ideas about where they're going to buy it from, and then you've got to do that commercial deal because everybody wants a deal at the end of the day.
Of course. And that was fairly technical sounding work. But you've obviously got a background in sales and commercial aspects as well.
Yes, nothing trained, as in nothing on a bit of paper, but it's what I've done all my life. So I initially started off doing electrical wholesaling, and I ran my own branch for a multinational company. And you stand and fall by your sales figures. So if you don't do well, you'll be out the door. So you learn very quickly to sell, to survive.
Right. So that's your work history. What's your working history? When did you first become a working supporter?
Right, so my brother has been down here for years.
Yes.
So a lot of people will know my brother Nev.
That's Nev White, isn't it?
Nev Knight as well, absolutely. He's one and the same. Well, Nev's not his real name either, so his name is Kevin. So, but everybody calls him Nev. So he was been down here for years, and he would say, "Come down to Woking, you'll love it." And I'd say, "You sure?" He said, "You will. You'll get on great. It's great fun." I'm not sure. It's all about the people, he would say. And I'd be like, I'm not 100% convinced about this. So you come down and you get hooked in, and then sure as eggs are eggs, you're standing there one day and somebody says, "Oh, you couldn't do us a hand and help us out with a bit of stewarding because we're a steward light." What have I got to do? Put a fluorescent jacket on and just stand by the entrance, make sure nobody takes any beer through there. That's all you got to do. That's all I got to do. That's all you got to do. 3 years later, I've got a fluorescent jacket on. I'm at the KRE picking up smoke bombs from the Torquay game and all sorts. So you get sucked into it very, very quickly, don't you? And
yeah.
I would just do in the home games, and then there's a group of us that travel to the aways as well. So I go around with the guys from the GU7 Cardinals.
Yes, I was just going to mention them, but you've done it for me.
Oh, there you go. So they're my travel companions. So we do as many ways as we can. I think I only missed about 4 away games last year. This year being in National League, and as opposed to National League South, it puts a bit more travelling time and expense on, but no, it's good fun.
Yeah, but the GU7 Cardinals have been represented at every game so far.
Yeah, they have.
To my knowledge, so I'm sure
pre-season friendlies and games. They do get about.
Yeah. The first time I ever spoke to you was on the coach coming back from Rushton and Diamonds, I think. Do you remember that?
No, I don't, if I'm honest.
Surely you must remember that because we got bricks thrown at the coach and broke the windows and we had to stop.
All the fun of the fair, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how long I've known that your surname is really Knight. But you've always been known to me by another name, not by Steve White. What's your more familiar name?
Well, people will know me as Sharky, if that's what you're referring to.
How does that come about?
Well, this is not great considering I'm going to do a sales role, but somebody once upon a time just said to me down the pub, an offhand comment, "You're a right little shark, you are." And then it stuck. The next day I walked in, and they went, "Oh, here's the shark." And then it was, "Oh, here's Mr. Sharky coming in." And it sticks. It sticks. Don't ask me, it's one of those, isn't it? I know. Right. But the mad thing is, there's another lad called Sharky in the club as well.
There is, yeah.
Young Alfie's Sharky, which can only have one Sharky, so I think I'll have a word with him about that.
Very good. What are your priorities coming into this job?
Priorities are looking after the sponsors that we currently have. So we have a lot of people who look after us, and it's making sure that they're happy with what they're doing for us, making sure that they're getting a good match day experience and getting a good return on investment as well. So it's looking after these existing people, and then we've got to build on that as well and bring new sponsors and commercial investors into the club. That's the priority.
Right, and you actually officially start on
September the 2nd, Monday, September the 2nd.
And I'd like to point out that we're not sure when this will go out, but it's being filmed quite a little way in advance of that date, and yet you're here putting in full days already.
It's for the love of the job, isn't it? The love of the job, the love of the club. It's what we do it. I'm taking a wage for doing this. A disgracefully low wage, I'd like to add, but I'm doing this for a wage.
Not till the 2nd of September.
But not till the 2nd of September. But the thing is, there are hundreds of volunteers here on a constant basis. There are people yesterday cleaning the stands, wiping down the seats, people who operate the turnstiles. They're volunteers. They're all volunteers. Somebody goes around the stadium at the end of each game, picks every scrap of litter off the terraces. They do it free of charge. They do it for the love. So we all do it. We all do it for the club, don't we?
Yeah, and just in case anybody's not clear, I am a volunteer.
He chucks that in.
Where are you going to start? What are you going to do first?
Paint this office because it's disgraceful.
It's horrible.
It's grim, isn't it? So that's number one job. Second job is speaking to our existing sponsors. Right. We need to go and say to them, thank you so much for looking after our sponsors. We cannot survive as a football club by 1,800 people come through the turnstiles every other Saturday. We need these sponsors, and so it will be going around to make sure that they know how much they are appreciated and getting new sponsors in, like I said. And then we'll look at the rest of the club. So we need to make sure this club is operational 24/7, because again, we cannot survive in a 3-hour window every other Saturday with 1,800 people through the doors. We've got to use this club 24/7, and that'll mean a few changes here and there. And that's what we've got to do. But we'll do that, keeping the values and the morals of the club.
And what do you think will be the biggest challenges? I would think some of it's fairly obvious, like trying to effectively get people to give money to you for nothing to a non-league football club will be a challenge.
There is that challenge, but ultimately we'll have to maybe give them something. So if we can't keep going with a begging bowl saying, please will you sponsor us, please will you give us money. It might be that we have to entice them with some kind of deal for them. Whether it's use of the pitch, maybe it's free bar hire, maybe it's offering them something else. So there's lots of opportunities for us. There's lots of companies around here that want to get involved. There's some prestigious companies within the local area, and it's not just Woking, it's Surrey as well. We need to look at the whole of the county and get the county behind us. And Fylde, we went to on Saturday, is a classic example of that, because before Fylde were called Fylde, they were called Kirkham and Westham or whatever.
Wesham, yeah.
But the rest of the towns wouldn't follow them, wouldn't back them. So they've rebranded themselves as Fylde. And I'm not for a second suggesting we call ourselves Surrey FC or something, but it's an indication of now people are buying into the whole area of Fylde because they've got an association with it. So we need to look further afield into the rest of Surrey and make sure we're the premier side in Surrey.
Sure. And to finish off, it's big all change in the commercial department because there hasn't been an independent, separate person involved since Jess Holmes left. Kelvin has valiantly been manning the fort on his own alongside all his other director responsibilities. But we're delighted that you're here now. But you've also got Morgan McClellan, who's come in actually slightly ahead of you to support you in this role.
Yeah, that's right. So Morgan and I are going to be working together. So I'm going to be the front sales sort of point of contact, and then Morgan's going to be assisting me putting together all the contracts and making sure that people know what's going on as well. So no, it's going to be good. We're going to work well together. Exciting times.
Brilliant. All the very best of luck. Because the better you do, the better it is for the club, and the better quality we'll see on the pictures how it works.
Lovely. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.